Hey buddies, it's your girl Aychristene, and today we are checking out Our Embarrassing Weeb Years by Emirchu. This is something that I'm interested to see. I guess she feels like she's a weeb in regards to, and I think weeb is like, you know, someone who isn't Japanese that loves anime, not just loves anime, but is like, there's like a word here. Let's look it up. A weeb is a derisive term for a non-Japanese person who is so obsessed with Japanese culture that they wish they were actually Japanese. Oh, okay. Now we gotta look at this word. What does derisive mean? Like, is it in regards to a mean term? Okay, characterized by or expression. I freaking hate definitions that use the word as a part of the definition. Okay, derisive. All right. What is derision? Now I have to go back to that. Okay, ridicule, mockery. You could have said that. You could have said derisive is a comment to mock or something to mock or ridicule somebody. Now we gotta go back. Let's go back. Let's learn ourselves some information. Okay, it's a ridicule term or a term of ridicule for a non-Japanese person. Why couldn't they say that? This is how the dictionary gets you online. This is a conspiracy theory here. They get you by putting a word that you got to look up. And then that word, you got to look up the definition of that word because they got another word in there that you... Okay. All right. Let's just relax. And go back to the video. Okay. We learned something, what weeb is. Link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
So, we're going to have a conversation about
and who's the other guy?
weeb years. But I sound really gross right now because I'm currently recovering from a cold.
Oh, a cold. So. Okay. Again.
I wouldn't know because every time I meet you, you sound like this.
Oh, wow. I'm not sick anymore. Don't worry.
So, are there any notable moments in your, when you're in like middle school, maybe you just discovered anime?
No, dude, my whole life.
So I
don't know, man. I'm a closet weeb my whole life. So
we must have some awkward stories, right? Of like self-discovery and going through it, right?
I mean,
you've been to anime cons in Maine.
Yeah, I got a little bit. Yeah, but then I would roast like all the weeaboos. That's not good because then they're gonna come and attack me. So
we're one of them. What do you mean? We're roasting ourselves.
I know, but I'm a closet weeb. You don't understand?
What, you think you're better than them just because you repress these emotions?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
All right, you want to know why I'm scarred for life? I had, I used to show my weepiness.
It's so cute.
But then something happened, dude.
What happened?
It was
okay.
This sounds like a super villain arc story.
That is
something happened.
Okay, what happened?
The Fire Nation attack? Is that
what
happened?
Fire Nation!
So, I was just a happy dude.
They always did that when they were like
with drawing and stuff.
Fighting.
So I'm drawing my favorite boy Marth from Fire Emblem, but the thing is, Fire Emblem wasn't popular at the time, like because I was such a hardcore fan. I bought like the Japanese game on eBay.
Oh wow,
right?
okay.
I was drawing Marth, anime, and this kid saw me draw, and he looked at it, and then he screamed at the whole classroom, "This kid's drawing Yu-Gi-Oh! This kid's drawing Yu-Gi-Oh!"
Oh my goodness.
I was scarred for life. I was embarrassed.
Okay.
I was scarred for life. I wanted to die.
Oh my.
And ever since then, I've never.
That kid is an absolute turd. If he was drawing Yu-Gi-Oh, and okay, I can't say that I've never made digs. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have. People who like anime, and it's more so. It's not the fact that they like anime. It's just that some people would act kind of weird, when they liked anime, either towards you or against you, but it's a defense mechanism. That's something I learned later. But I would never pick on anybody. For me, it was simply internally, like if someone was acting kind of weird, or like you had those guys that were super, like the guys that were super great at DDR, and I don't know if people still do DDR, but DDR, they were like not monsters, robots, freaking doing the DDR and killing it in it. And then after they got off the mat, they were kind of weird, kind of awkward. So internally, I'm like, oh, that guy likes anime. And that's to explain somebody who, you know, was kind of awkward. But I never picked on anybody. I never was like, oh, this guy's drawing Yu-Gi-Oh! This guy's drawing Yu-Gi-Oh! People are, I mean, you can have your feelings about people, but it's like when you cross over internalizing these things and you start outwardly doing things to people, that annoys me. Mind you, I would like to say for the record, I don't make fun of people who watch anime or anything. My thing is, if you're weird no matter what you're doing. You could be weird and not watch anime. You could be weird and watch anime. You could be weird and not even know what anime is, you know? So, I've grown.
Ever drawn anime in school? Like I draw outside.
Poor kid.
I draw cartoon. I draw cartoon because drawing cartoons is cool.
Can you draw SpongeBob?
Back in the day, listen. Back in the day, liking anime is the worst thing you could ever do. Like back in the day, it's terrible. Like now you can get away with it.
That is true. That is true.
I'm a Boku no Hero fan. You can get away with that. Back then, even if you watch Dragon Ball Z, you'll get made fun of. You're dead, dude. You're dead.
Depending, Sailor Moon and Pokemon.
Like, nowadays, you say you watch
like
Dragon Ball Z, you're cool, man.
But yeah, it's different now.
I tell you.
Dragon Ball Z, I think people did get made fun of.
I'm a
Pokemon
dude.
wasn't.
You're in class like drawing like Peter Griffin from Family Guy, and you're like, this isn't the true me.
Oh,
dude, that's how you
denying who I am.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Poor guy.
I was like, I want to draw anime titties, dude. Come on.
Oh.
I remember One Piece had just started airing in the UK, and I remember like
the 4Kids version.
The 4Kids
gotta
version,
go find One Piece.
I was okay. This is the worst part, right? Yeah, it has to do with that.
I never saw One Piece.
I actually loved the show so much that I learned the rap.
The name
right?
of it.
Oh,
there's a rap.
It's so bad.
Oh dear.
So like, this is so embarrassing. My friends were like, because they were all into Pokemon and they didn't really care about One Piece, but at the time I thought it was really cool when it just started airing, and I thought it was really cool, you know, because it just I'm up with the new shows.
Yeah,
right?
I'm up on the new stuff.
And then the first time I was like, yeah, it's the one with the rap, and they were like, oh, how does it go? And I started doing it, and then they were like, oh, can you do it again? And I kept doing it. I must have done it like 3 times until I realized they were making fun of me.
I hate when they do that.
They were making fun of me.
When they do that.
But I performed the rap. I performed the rap fully, like 3 times for them.
Goodness.
And then they were like, do it again. And my dumbass didn't realize that they were like, they were mocking me.
Oh, I hate that.
And then I think that's why I hate One Piece now, because I think I was scarred. Because I was like,
gosh.
I don't want to watch it no more. I don't like One Piece.
We're all scarred, dude.
Oh.
Dude,
She's like dying.
dude, I hate it when they make fun of you by like pretending to be your friend, dude. It's the fucking
That's
worst,
the worst way.
Right? That is
fucking worst, dude.
that is messed up.
So in 6th grade, I was really obsessed with Naruto.
Oh hell yeah.
But I was really into Naruto. And you
Yeah,
know how
fighting
like
dreamers.
when you're young and you have like this strong interest, you're like desperate to find other people who
That
also
have it,
have that
yeah.
same interest.
I'd say as an
right?
adult, kind of like that.
Naruto
So
running?
I
Got a
would,
story like this.
and listen, I went to like kind of a small school where like
Okay.
everyone pretty much knows each other, and everyone for the most part is like pretty normie. I don't mean that in like
Okay.
a derogatory way. It's just everyone kind of had similar interests.
Like,
I think.
yeah.
I was
Or-
like, I need
or
to find
more.
other people who like I can also discuss this show with. So I would literally for like a whole week, I walked up to like every single person in my grade and was like, "Hey, do you watch Naruto?"
Oh,
And I did that so many times that like
I
people
like
just
how
knew
she
me as like that weird
comes
girl
upside
who keeps
down.
asking everyone if they watch Naruto.
They're like, oh no, here she comes again.
Oh,
Everyone act normal.
no.
I remember in like my 6th grade art class, we had this like art project where you had to do this like Jackson Pollock color splash collage thing.
Okay.
And the collage part was she wanted us to cut out pictures of things that like we enjoyed and
Alright.
like paste them onto the art piece. And I
Okay.
just printed out pictures of Naruto characters.
Oh my goodness.
Just like
she just
Sasuke
wanted
being
to
choked,
share.
like-
Oh gosh.
I
That
don't think
has
I would be
different
friends with you
implications.
if we met in
Yeah.
school.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
What?
said
You wouldn't have?
Oh goodness.
All right, so you know,
You're
I
the...
got an iPod.
One thing I would like to say, I do think it's hilarious, you know, how people hear what I said right earlier on how I would internally kind of judge people that acted a certain way or were like watching anime. And I wasn't a huge anime fan when I was a kid. I watched Pokemon, but people like Pokemon wasn't considered anime, you know, or what we know anime to be, and neither was Sailor Moon. So it was like a league of its own. And it wasn't until I was older that everybody was like, oh, snap, Sailor Moon is an anime. Or, hey, Pokemon's an anime. It wasn't like that for when I was a kid. But what's hilarious is hearing them, how they were internalizing their weebness, right? But we're still judging other kids that liked anime. And we're like anime kids. So I think it's a hilarious dynamic to, you know, for everybody to keep in mind. I remember iPod shuffles.
I used to download anime songs off LimeWire, and that's like the only thing I would listen to. But I knew that, like, you know,
and
listening
Napster?
to anime music wasn't cool. So I was on the bus, and this like kid that's like a couple grades older than me, you know, he's clearly, you know, there to make fun of me. So
of
he
course
sits next to me,
okay,
and he goes, "Hey, what kind of music you listening to? What are you listening to right now?" Okay. And I lied. I did a cold hard lie. I said,
"What'd you say?"
This is even worse, by the way. I said,
"What'd you say?"
Simple Plan.
Simple Plan's not bad. I love Simple Plan.
And that's even worse than listening to anime.
He was making fun of you for that.
What are you trying to say about Simple Plan?
I know. I like Simple Plan. I don't.
I like Simple Plan.
Stans, please don't come.
You could have gone for like a super safe answer, like I'm listening to Nirvana or I'm listening to Linkin Park.
Linkin Park.
That's
that
the first thing that popped in my head.
I love Key & Peele.
Because all I did was listen to Japanese music.
Oh, no, I want to look at that picture because, the guy from.
I know you could have gone for like
from
a super
Simple
safe
Plan that I
answer,
think lives
like
in this
I'm
area,
listening to Nirvana.
Oh no, that's not the picture.
Or
all
I'm
right,
listening
I
to
pressed the wrong thing. Let's go.
Linkin Park.
That's the first thing that popped in my head. Simple Plan.
Let me see it. Oh no. No, you know what? This is a newer picture. This isn't like their old, because he had a lot shorter. He had super black hair. He would dye his hair black. He had, did he have a lip ring? I think he used to have a lip ring, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. But he had the song when he was on his roof. I used to love Simple Plan.
Because all I did was listen to Japanese music, you know?
But the first thing that came to mind was
Simple Plan.
Not any of the other extremely famous, iconic artists
at the time. Yeah. Oh, Gorilla. Is she okay? Oh,
right,
gosh.
Clumsy Emily. Here we go again.
Clumsy Emily.
I spilled my tea.
Oh, baby.
You want to are you going to brew a new one?
Oh, speaking of
Let me clean
clumsiness,
up my
I broke my
floor
toe,
really
guys.
quick.
Not my toe, my toenail.
I'm gonna be right back. Hang on.
Has left the chat.
Hey, Dad, so we can do whatever we want, and Emily won't know.
What do you want me to do?
Wait a minute.
Boys' locker room.
Oh, goodness.
Who's your favorite waifu?
Who's my favorite waifu? Dude, who's your favorite waifu?
Dude, I'm so basic. I love Ram, like from ReZero.
Who's that?
Dude, wait, that is super basic. That's like the
No,
most
that I
basic.
know.
That's
that
hilarious.
is-
His
yeah,
judging
that
is like that
the
is
white
basic.
bread of waifus. I know it is.
Oh,
but
really? Okay.
I would die for her. Like no.
Oh, wow.
questions asked.
Okay.
I mean,
Who is
mine's
she?
basic too.
Let me know.
Mine's like super basic.
Nicely, please.
It's Asuka.
Oh, from Evangelion.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
I mean, that's like a fine wine choice, you know.
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
all right.
Okay.
Call me
Nice.
old, bro.
Call me.
Yes, exactly.
It's a polite way to say
Because
he's
you're
elderly.
the new gen. Do you like that? You like that rim, dude?
Okay, I'm back.
Excuse me.
Hello, Emily. All right, this is going to be in my teenage years. and
Okay.
It's arguably my most embarrassing phase.
Oh,
as an
dear.
anime fan, I think. When I first got into anime, like really got into it, I was like 16. But I knew that in school, like because people gave me shit for gaming, right?
Really?
So I was like, dude, if I tell them that I like this show where like her titties are like jumping around and
Oh,
stuff, like
dear.
I'm gonna get
Oh, dear.
destroyed.
Oh,
socially.
yeah. Yeah,
I'm not.
for sure,
I'm
for
already
sure.
not doing too great in the league of social.
I'm already
So I
not
don't need
doing
this on
high.
my record.
Not doing
So,
great right now.
I resulted to what any good weeaboo would.
What?
Finding friends online to talk about anime with.
Oh,
And
okay.
so began like the most
Well,
embarrassing phase
also
of my life where
Can be
I would try and
dangerous.
make friends on Osu. Like who does that?
Oh hell yeah, dude!
I don't know what Osu
I would
is.
go on Osu like lobbies and just try and talk to people, and I must have come off like way too
Oh,
keen
goodness.
because like no
Like a
one wanted to
creeper?
talk to me.
Oh,
So,
really?
like,
I
Oh.
made friends on Gaia Online.
Yeah, you're supposed to play Maple Story and Guy Online and stuff like that.
I didn't
Oh.
know Gaia was a thing. No one told me.
I don't know
I
what
was
Gaia
playing
is.
like songs I fucking hated. I must have played. What is
What?
it? What's the song called? Tokyo Teddy Bear? Is that what it's called? That is ingrained in my memory because I must
Really?
have done that Osu
Oh,
track
goodness.
like 500 times trying
Oh,
to make
dear.
friends in that lobby.
Oh no.
Because no one, I had no one to talk to
Oh,
about anime,
no,
right?
Baby.
And so-
That's so
I
sad.
want to
but
give
cute
them
at
all
the same
hugs.
No, I know, right? This is weeaboo stories though. They
I
are
know.
sad.
That's adorable, dude. That's adorable.
So So then I couldn't get friends on Osu because every time I would try and
leaving.
talk to someone, I think I was
He's
way too happy because I was like,
leaving.
oh my god, there's a friend, right? So I would
Okay.
think I would scare them off.
Oh, dear.
And so then I tried like making friends on my anime list.
Is that another thing?
Because I saw that people would like comment on each other's walls. So
okay.
People do that?
Yeah, they did. This was like a big thing.
Okay.
And there was this German girl who I had like a back and forth with, and I think I must have like been too keen.
Oh, she
in
said
messaging.
one word.
So I think I scared her off.
Yeah,
and so then I
like
just realized that
pain.
I'm terrible at making friends online,
Oh,
and then I had no friends in the end, and I resulted to just not having any friends.
Oh,
So we would have been good friends.
Oh.
We would have eventually when I realized how lonely I was.
Oh gosh.
Like nothing else. I guess I'll
Yeah,
settle.
there's no
It's
one
like
else.
that.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk to
Your
them later.
personality's not enough.
Do
I'm
you guys
lonely.
remember
I'll talk to
the
you. Now.
first time you ever came across?
Are you trying to get your video demonetized? Hello?
What did she
Wait,
say?
I shouldn't say that word, huh? Adult anime cartoons.
Hentai. Oh,
Oh,
should I not have
no.
said the word?
Does that work? Okay, well, we're
goodness.
not gonna get too into it, but I
Don't
just
look it up if
the
you don't
story
know what
came
it
to my
is.
head and I thought it was fun.
If you're not an adult, don't look
As
it
long
up.
as I don't have to explain my story.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
You can
That's
get demonetized. It's
oh
not good.
goodness.
I made sure to check both websites before we started this call, and neither of
Okay.
them exist. So I feel like it's okay for me to like say what the domain
Okay.
used to be back in
Alright.
like the 2000s.
Okay.
This was also in middle school, like sixth grade.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Dark times for little Emily.
Dude,
Oh,
everybody
gosh.
who's in 6th grade, look out.
So
No,
I
don't
used to
look
watch a bunch of anime episodes on the site called animefever.org.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I remember that.
I know.
Wait,
Oh,
do you remember that?
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to watch it with my childhood best friend Carmen, and she was
Aw.
really into Black Cat at the time, so we'd watch like Black Cat episodes. And
That's
like every
cute.
day when we came home from school, we would
Mhm.
go onto her computer, type in animefever.org, and like
Mhm.
binge a whole bunch of anime, right?
Okay.
You know,
Oh, no.
wholesome
Oh, no.
bestie times.
All
so
right. Sounds.
one day
sounds
her
good.
like little brother is home,
Uh-huh.
and he is a few years younger than her. And we were
Okay.
like, "Hey, do you want to watch anime with us?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm
Aw.
down." And so
Aw,
we get
that's
on the
good.
computer and we type in .com instead of .org.
Oh, there's a difference.
Guess what animefever.com
Oh my
was? I
gosh.
remember we hit enter and the whole screen was just covered in like
Oh.
like
Ads
anime
pop up.
titties.
I love,
It's
I
just
love
like
that they use like images of Jesus like with this shocked face. He's like, oh me. You know, if someone says, "Oh Lord," he'd be like, "Oh me," like just looking at this stuff. So there's like a huge. I didn't know that there's a huge difference. I figured that if somebody has a .com, that the .net or .org wouldn't be usable, but apparently there's a huge difference. Someone saw .org and was like, "Hey, I got an idea for a website. Let's make a .com and make it hentai." I think you can say the word, because you can say the word porn and it'd be fine. Just don't show it on the channel. Here we go. No, I'm just kidding. I will not get demonetized.
it was so explicit, and I remember we all like collectively screamed
oh
and like
my
closed
goodness.
the window.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was my first exposure to
Alright,
that
Really?
sort of
That
6th
stuff.
grade?
anime content.
Apparently he saw it earlier.
Okay, listen. I wasn't a dirty little
Little-
kid like you were, Titus.
What did?
What
when
about
did
you?
he?
Yeah,
How?
what about me?
When did you see
We
it?
don't go there.
Oh
We don't
goodness.
go. We don't go there. Don't go there.
Oh gosh.
You're trying to get paid.
Don't
Emily,
touch
alright?
me.
All right. Okay. So
All right.
this is in college, like freshman year.
Okay.
And,
Oh wow! All right.
So every day
You're
I
a college
get
student,
lunch
Staples,
and then
yeah.
go straight back to my dorms just to watch 2 episodes of Naruto before I have to go back to class.
Okay.
And this kid in my hallway,
Mm-hmm.
he's like that. This guy is a. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. He's a bully.
All
He's a
right.
dick.
All right. All right. I
Long
gotcha.
story, short story. He's a dick.
Okay.
He comes into my room while I'm
Mhm.
watching Naruto.
Just opens your
and he
door?
catches me watching Shippuden. He's like, "Wow, you fucking loser! You watching Naruto? Like how
Get
old?"
the F out of my room! What the heck are you doing here? What the are you doing in my room? Okay, this ain't your room. Get your out of here! My gosh! Ugh! You should have slapped his with the door in his face.
old are you? Like blah blah blah. You know, like all the distance you can do. You're watching Naruto. You're in college. Like how pathetic. Okay.
Get your
Crazy
pathetic
part is okay. Next week
out of my
I
room.
went
I
into
almost said
his
the
room,
word.
and he was watching Dragon Ball Z.
Are you
And I was
serious?
like, you made fun of me for watching Naruto.
Are
I'm
you
watching Dragon Ball Z
serious?
right here, dude. Like, Stop, dude. That pissed me off, dude. I was so mad. I was like, come on, you can't just roast me and then watch Dragon Ball Z Secret, dude.
Right. You freaking turd.
Okay, listen. He was the real closet.
He's a real.
Yeah, he was. Level 50.
This is when I was 18, I think, was my first convention. I just turned 18. It was like my very first convention, and I just remember, I think it dawned on me that I was like, I don't really like the people I'm with, and this is just not fun. And then the person I'm with was like, oh, yo, this person's like checking you out, and I'm like, who? Where? That's a lie. This is 18-year-old me. I do not look at all attractive.
That's a lie, dude.
18-year-old me is extremely awkward, so I'm sure there's like 15-year-olds out there listening to this being like, oh shit, I'm pretty smooth. You're not smooth. It's a lie. You think you are.
Oh, goodness.
It's not true.
Oh, goodness.
So I went up and spoke to her, and I was like, hey, how you doing? And they were like, who are you? And I was
gosh.
Like, I'm Connor. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
and it was just the most awkward 10 seconds of my life where I thought this was going to go really smoothly and that she was just going to want to kiss me or something because that's how it goes, right?
No.
In the movies.
No.
But no. She literally said, who are you to me? And I'm like, oh God, what have I done? And then I never approached a girl ever again.
Oh. Those people are the worst.
Now that I realize I'm telling my stories, I just realize they're more sad than embarrassing. But it's
oh my gosh, yeah, his stories are
we need a good balance, dude.
Sad.
It's all good.
Oh.
I remember my very first anime convention experience.
I haven't been to one. I'm honestly like 14. A little nervous.
And you know what? At the time, I totally embraced that like super awkward weeb girl aesthetic. I had the pigtails with the cat ears.
Oh my God, kill me, dude.
Club.
Oh, good.
Connie Senpai Bunny. You know, the whole thing. You know what?
Oh, they're so mean.
I was one of those kids who had those free hug signs. You know, I remember we attended the Anime Con rave. I went with a friend. Okay. And, like, you know, we did all the cringy stuff. We did the caramel dancing. Don't come for me.
I did that too, man. That's not cringy. Get out of here, dude. You're at Anime Con, dude. You can be cringy all you want, dude. Okay. Don't at me.
I disagree.
Oh, really? Traumatized by yourself.
So at this rave, there was this, like, older dude who was also in cosplay.
Okay.
Oh, no. And he had a friend, and he came up to me, and he was like, hey, can I take a picture with you? This was the day where I was dressed in, like, cat ears and, like, pigtails and like the whole shebang, right?
Okay.
And he was like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I was like, yeah, sure, why not?" And so we took a picture. It was just a normal picture, and then like I didn't talk to him for like the rest of the day. It was just like we just went about the day with my friend.
All right.
So after the con ends, I get a friend request on Facebook. And
from the guy,
I'm like, I don't know who this person is. Who is it? And I click on them. And their profile picture is the picture that he took with me.
How did he find your
name? Oh, he stalked you online, and then
all right, you know what the wild part is?
What?
He was like in his early 20s at the time.
Okay.
And I was 14.
Ew!
Wait, did she know how old you were? He
like didn't believe I was 14, and he was
Ninja. Okay. That's disgusting. I think it's hilarious. If you watch 30 Rock, because 30 Rock might be a different... well, actually, I'm still going to go with what I'm going to say, because you guys should just watch 30 Rock. It's a hilarious show. But there's a character named Dennis, right? Worst boyfriend and man, probably, in the world. He's the I think it's an Allstate insurance or Nationwide that he's got those commercials where he's mayhem. But nonetheless, he ends up on To Catch a Predator. And the girl told him she was like 16 or something. And he was like, she told me she was 16, but I knew she was 22. Like, no, the chick told you her age. She told you she was a kid, a child, a little teenager, okay? And you was like, I knew she was 22. Nah, Nish, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Especially when there's a kid telling you their age. Men. I know things can be confusing, and this is to possibly confused men, all right? Not the men that are distinctly know what they're doing is outrageously disgusting and horrible and horrendous, but the people that aren't sure. If you talk to a girl, and let's say she looks like she can buy liquor, right? Because some people can look developed, but if she tells you that she is underage, Even if you don't believe her for whatever reason, just play it safe and say, all right, deuces, I'm out, okay? Because chances are she's telling you the truth. Or, let's say some people think they're lying. Like when he said, oh, I don't believe you. Well, do you really want to risk it? Okay? If the girl looks like she's 21 and she tells you she's 15, do you really want to risk it? Huh? Just go, okay? Bye. Out. Deuces. My gosh.
It's like, wait, I thought you were 18. And I'm like, I had pigtails!
I had a free hug sign.
Goodness.
No one over the age of 18 has free hugs.
Yes.
Like,
at any age, don't put the free hugs
So,
sign
this
up.
is a PSA for all those, like, super young con goers. You need to be careful for, like, older people who like, might be creeping on you.
Yeah. Unless you're as ugly as I was when I was that young,
Aww.
at which point, no one, not even...
Oh, Connor.
Connor's being humble, dude. He's hot. He's hot as molasses, dude.
Really?
No. I'm telling you, I could not have been worse. And
That's
how
some beautiful people can be.
Like,
when I was younger, I had this hair that went like this. I was ugly.
Listen, you got a mad glow up though.
Oh, okay.
Listen, we saw those pics. No one even tried to down.
Oh, is that him?
Is
that him?
This is the first
Does he wear
point in
suits
my
all the
life
time?
where I've ever felt
He looks
like
like a
I
model.
could be like, yeah, I think I look good. But like when I was in teenage years, man, that was rough, dude.
Oh, really?
Man.
Also, Titus, why are you talking smack about Anime Club, huh? What's wrong with Anime Clubs?
Anime club?
What?
In high school? Okay.
Oh,
Listen.
dear. His face.
What?
What? You know this is going to be...
I don't, I let people do their things, like they can do things, but like
This
people
is
in anime
funny.
club, they're a little too extreme for me.
See?
One
you see
bad
someone who's
apple
internally...
will like make the whole.
That's a
group
great
look
jacket,
bad.
though.
What happened?
I'm
to
not
you?
with the
What
pillows
happened to you,
thing.
Titus?
Well,
But-
that's anime club in a nutshell.
Who
It
hurt
just
you?
takes
Who
one.
I like that
It just
jacket,
makes
though,
one
that hoodie.
extreme weeb doing extremely embarrassing things to make the whole like club look bad.
Okay, I think I had quite a different Anime Club experience.
Okay.
Alright, say what you want about Anime Club.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's true.
What are you
Some
drawing?
people
Can I
don't know
see?
their
You
boundaries.
you
It
should
can
draw
get a
my
little
OC.
much and a little bit overwhelming, you know. But when I first moved
Excuse
to California, the first group of people to like make me feel welcome in my new school was the Anime Club.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
California,
nice.
where all the Asians are. And we're the biggest state with 1 million people in your school. Okay, gotcha.
That's hilarious.
I
That's hilarious.
literally-
Was that
I got the small
E3?
school,
That's what it
okay?
looked like.
Yeah, you just wanted to flex on us that you had somewhere
High
to
school
turn to.
learners.
That you
Oh.
had friends, Emily? Is that what you're
goodness.
trying to brag about?
Oh my
I won't
God.
stand for it, Emily.
I'm just defending the existence of anime clubs.
He's crying.
Oh wait, I just remembered something out of
What?
nowhere.
What?
Dude,
What?
there was one time where my mom rented. She knew I was into anime, and she rented.
Alright.
She rented something from the library, like an
Okay.
anime show, and
Okay.
she gave it to me, and
Oh,
she's
that's
like,
nice.
"Here, Titus, you can watch this."
Oh.
And I look at the cover, and it's
what
this girl like half naked in bondage and like with
Really?
a whip. I forgot what anime. I forgot what.
Really?
I forgot what anime it was called.
Why
She
did
like
she...
didn't read on the cover. It
Okay.
said like 17 and up, right?
Oh, dear.
And I was like 13.
Well,
That's
did you
basically
watch it?
Yeah, did you watch
No,
it?
okay, so this is what happened. Like I was
Alright.
such a good boy that I was like
Mhm.
I caught her. I was like, "Ma,
Uh-huh.
this is sorry, I got burped. I was like, "Ma, this is inappropriate for me. This is 17 and
Oh, you're
up."
so
And then my
nice.
mom just laughs. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed."
Oh no,
Dude,
that's sweet.
Titus is one of those annoying ass kids in class who were like, "You forgot to collect the whole."
No.
Yeah. I did that once.
Oh my
myself.
goodness, that's hilarious.
I'm calling bull. No way did you do that.
That's
No,
hilarious.
I've never heard
I
a
don't think
13-year-old kid go,
ever
no,
done
no,
that."
mother, this is too inappropriate for my age. You see, it says 17.
He's so proper when he says that.
I love how your mom like looked at the cover of this like very.
I was like, hey,
raunchy
let me do. Oh,
DVD
Succubus
and was like,
Sensei.
"Yep,
My
Titus
gosh,
is like this.
that name
You know,
is that a
you know
real
what
anime?
your like your mom's like anime cover mishap reminds me of?
What?
You?
Do you,
Oh, dear.
okay, so you know how all Ghibli kind of have the same art style, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty
Mhm.
recognizable. It's very distinct.
Yeah, yeah.
Indeed.
Yes.
But the Ghibli films also come in like a range of what's the word? Ratings.
Okay.
So I loved to go to my local library when I was a kid,
Mhm.
and I would pick out movies from
I did
the
get
like
movies from my
display that
library,
they had.
too.
And I remember the very first Ghibli film I ever watched was Kiki's Delivery Service.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But I picked it out and I watched it and I loved it. And Kiki's Delivery Service, it's like really easy for kids to understand. It's sort of a more like child-friendly title.
I have to watch it.
Anyways, I thought to myself, I want to find like other movies in this exact style. So I picked out Princess Mononoke.
Oh heck yeah, boy! Yeah, let's go.
Was there anything?
But
did something bad happen?
I'm like 6 years old. So I'm like, and like my parents watched Kiki's Delivery Service with me, and like,
oh no, they watched it with you. No.
Oh, so we pop it in.
Yeah.
I remember the moment they turned it off was when Ashitaka gets shot in the chest,
and
then they turned around. They're like, we can't watch this anymore. And I remember being like really disappointed because I'm like, wait, I wanted to watch it, so I couldn't watch it again until maybe high school. Connor and Dennis, thank you so much for being a part of this video with me. Also, this video is sponsored by Raycon.
Okay. Tavares, cut out where she said also. Cut that and then start here. I thought this was a great video. It's cool to see, other people and the things that they liked and the things that they enjoyed. I love the fact that they had these shared stories from their childhood of internalizing Weeb, and they all judged other Weebs or other anime. I feel like bad saying Weebs, and maybe I shouldn't, or maybe I should. I'm not really sure. So I will say kids who liked anime. Like, they internally judged other kids that liked anime. Even each other as they're telling their stories. They're like, why'd you do that? I can't believe it. I can't listen to this. This is disgusting. And I love it brings a level of relatability, right? Especially for me, like when I was going through college, and even like after, I had like guilt for being kind of judgmental towards people who liked anime, even though I wasn't that went to that kid's room and was like, oh, you're watching Nerd? Like, bro, are you serious? And then you're secretly watching Dragon Ball Z? Like, what? I don't get the mindset of getting into someone's space and tearing them down. I don't get that. It's not something that I do. Like, if you do something to me, retaliation, I can understand. But I don't understand going into like, you went into his room and was like, you're a loser. You ain't had to, like, really? Like, this is get the boo out. Like, I just do not get that mindset. Nonetheless, people are, people. I did love that they had these shared stories, and they were different. They were varying and different levels. Like, Connor's was very sad. I really wanted to hug Connor. Ditus, he had some like sad ones too. Emily, she had some that kid one was very creepy. Like the one where she told the guy she was 14, and this guy like found her on Facebook. Which, how did he do that? Maybe she gave him her name. And I would like to press, no matter what age you are, whether you're a child or an adult, don't give people your real name. Know them for a long, long, long time, and long is like months maybe, and then give them your real name. Or years, if you want to wait that long. You could give them your username, but no, they can find you if you use that username. That's probably how they found it. But no, on Facebook, you use your real name, because they frown against you using fake names. So that's just a whole mess. Don't give people your real names, okay? That's just, until you've known them for 50 years, then give them your real name. That's my and no free hug signs, okay? No free hug signs. I don't want to say unless, because the unless that I have, I think a lot of people, if you're old enough to hear it, you shouldn't. And if you're not old enough to hear it, I'm not going to say it. So this was so much fun for me, and it's interesting to see and kind of, what's the word, when you're reflect for me. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Could you relate to any of their stories? Were you the judger, or that is a weeb judging a weeb, or were you just someone who just judged people, or were you the person who received the judging? You never judged anybody and people judged you. It's okay wherever you stood, as long as you've changed from the bad part of whatever that was. Like, if you used to judge and you were the mean person telling people and you changed now, it's fine if you're like, hey, I used to be kind of mean, but now I'm not. That's fine. Nonetheless, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you like the video, check out the link in the description box below to support everyone involved in making it. If you like this video, click the like button. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies. Toodles.